Right then, in this video I'm going to surf the outdoor shaftless lifts of Benidorm. Let's go! And let's start off with this really nice posh hotel. This hotel looks absolutely awesome. It seems like the ultimate luxury hotel. That is until I got on top of the lifts and saw how bad condition they're in. No shit! I just found another shaftless. I love their shaftless here. Always a shaftless race. You know what it means when you find a shaftless, don't we? Yes, we do. You're required to wear a harness to surf a shaftless, or fuck that. Look how rusty the cables are. Whee! It's a bit wobbly, a shaftless. Those cables are rusty as fuck. Look at that, not just the governor cable, look at the main running cables for the other lift. Fucking hell. Fuck me, this is a rusty shaftless. So let's just have another look at his lifts. Notice how rusty the cables are. Now the governor cables look really rusty, but I'm not sure how much that matters. But look at the main cables of the other lift in the other shaft. These are the main cables suspending a lift, and they are very rusty. I've never seen cables looking this rusty before, apart from on lifts that are abandoned. How can these lifts be in service like this? And now we go to the next shaftless lifts, which are at Grand Hotel Bali. This hotel is 186 metres tall, and it's got shaftless lifts. These shaftless lifts are epic because they are so tall, although they only go 2 metres a second, which is a bit slow for how tall this building is. These lifts also seem to have an English generic logic, which is unusual for Spain.
Están abriendo.
43rd floor.
Doors closing. Las puertas están cerrando.
Center gate in Benidorm. Whee! Remember, this isn't as fast as it should be for another floor. It's like it's reasonably quick, but well, look at those cables wobble. Do you see it on the other lift? Fuck! Now it's the under cable. That's not the actual cable, but still. That should not be happening like that. Well, I hope it's the under cable. Yeah, it must be the under cable because there's not as much tension on it. That should not be wobbling like that. Fucking hell. Well, there it goes. Yeah, it was the under cable. Oh, there's some nice shaftless on that one. You do that one next. And not as nice shaftless as this. This is Benidorm's top shaftless. You know what that means, don't you? You get on top it. Benidorm's #1 shaftless is getting surfed.
Floor 43.
Center gate. I wonder what logic this thing has. It's a Center gate voice. This Thames Valley, that's very early. Feels like Thames Valley. 42.
Doors opening. Las puertas están abriendo.
So then, let's go on top of this lift, and today it was very windy, especially up the top of these tall towers, and the wind was blowing in a weird way, like some eddy currents around the building, because the wind was blowing strongly towards the building, towards the shaftless lifts, but there was this weird eddy current where wind into the side of the building filtered into the lift shaft, and it sort of went in the lift shaft and pushed back out again, and I didn't get this on camera, but when I first stood on top of this lift, the force of the wind blowing in then out of the building almost blew me off of the shaftless lift. It was so strong. That was bad. But anyway, let's surf the lift. Look at those cables, a bit rusty. Benidorm's top shaftless is getting surfed. So I think I'm going to stop shaftless. I think it's surf time. This mirror seems a bit rusty. I'm going to get out here actually. This is what the non-shaftless looks like. Blowy! That's blowy! So then, from this shaftless lift, I spotted a building next door which also has some shaftless lifts. This building has 4 1980s Otis shaftless lifts. 2 of these are abandoned and the other 2 have been modernised by a owner. Look how rusty those tracks are. "22 floors of Avona." Now over there is Grand Hotel Bali. That's an exciting one, but this is also pretty exciting even though it's only half the height. It's a very weird shaped shaftless. I've not seen one of this shape before. It's got like a weird shape there. Interesting design. It's pretty slow this. 1 metre a second, I'm not sure. Grand Hotel Bali. Oh, look at it. You see it's shaftless lifts from here. Oh, and here we are. What I find weird is 4 lifts here, but 2 are abandoned. So that's the penthouse. Yeah, we have 2 lifts at front. That's an interesting view. I like that. It's tall, even though it's only half height of Bali, it's still tall. Oh, and I've just realised the answer. They were Otis originally and they're modernised by the owner. So it's Otis. So it was an Otis and they're modernising by the owner, that's interesting. I've not seen an 80s Otis shaftless before, that's fucking weird. And that one open, that's painted, sealed shut. There is Hotel Bali with the shaftless lifts, the other shaftless lifts. Oh, both down bottom. So from this shaftless lift we can see the other shaftless lift. So we're going to watch a shaftless lift from top of the shaftless lift now, aren't we? Yes. Oh, aren't you? But holy fucking shit! I'm not standing on that. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. That rubs against the cables. How fuck you mean ducks? That's gonna rub against you 2 to 1. I do not like it. I do not feel safe at all like this, because this is going to rub against that 2 to 1. You know, right? Look, I'm rubbing against the door like that. That'll rub against 2 to 1. That is not safe. There's no one going full speed on that. Oh fuck me. That is not safe. That is not safe. How the fuck can you maintain that? That is not safe at all. You literally cannot maintain that, because you're either rubbing it against those 2 to 1s or you're rubbing it against you and pushing yourself in the door. So let's have another look at his lift, and I want to explain why it was so dangerous. Firstly, you can't stand on top of the decorative shield in this lift when normally you can on the shaftless, so you have to open up the decorative shield. And if you open up the flap the full way, this flap presses against the 2 to 1 cabling on this shaftless lift. So if you move the lift, the flap would be rubbing against the cables, which is very bad. So I had to hold this flap slightly away from the cables, but because of gravity it was pushing against me, and it was quite heavy, and it was pushing me into the lift doors as the lift doors were going past while I was surfing it. I felt very uncomfortable on top of this lift, lift and it was really affecting my sense of balance. This was not safe. So then, now we go to the next shaftless lifts, which are in a posh hotel.
I spot a shaftless! Shaftless.
There are two shaftless lifts here. One of them appears to be a Spanish generic shaftless lift. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but if the Spanish generic has successfully built a shaftless lift, that exceeds my expectations of Spanish generics. You know how bad these things are normally. Let's surf it.
A shaftless. My favourite. I do like that. Nice architecture with all those bridges. The other shaftless goes taller. Shaftless. Whee! I love a good shaftless. Don't go very far. Counterweight. Go get on this one. I do like these shaftless things, they're so weird.
And the other shaftless lift has been modernised by Schindler and now has destination dispatch. And interestingly, this older lift modernised by Schindler works within the same set as a Schindler 5500.
Sensor. Floor 18 doesn't exist. Floor 12. Oh, fuck's sake. Strange setup this. Schindler on the inside, destination dispatch. But that's not a Schindler, not with a witter door. It's a mod. What's the top floor on this thing? I think it's going to be something like 16. Okay, let's go, shaftless. Here we go, what's faster than the other one? Bridge. Another bridge. I like the bridges because they're odd looking but very useful. It's a shaftless lift. Well, we can go a bit higher now, can't we? There's 2 more floors. Where's 21? Very rarely get crushed, but look how much extra height there is on that above the door. Look how little height there is at the top. You can't go to the top on this. Okay, we're off. Myconic. There's the other lift. Old shaftless modernised. We've got a lift there that's modernised, but that one's a 5500. Woo! Oh, the screen's broke. Oh, it's still a nice Schindler. Destination dispatch. Some crap from Schindler there. It's supposed to show pictures, but I haven't loaded the pictures on it. Perfect levelling. Yeah, better than the other 2 lifts, this one. Although no, it's not better than the shaftless, of course. Then I'll do that.